Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in. We're going to do no contact and separation. When you come in, if you could put a comment. Hi, is it Shika Duda? Come on in. Hello, Marla. I am doing amazing. How are you doing? Happy Monday. Are you having a good Monday? Hey, Samantha. Happy Monday to you. You're good? That's great. I'm doing well. It's a good day. Hi, Jen. How are you? Hi, Martine. Hello. I'm with you, Jen. It's supposed to be warm here. Today and tomorrow is going to be cold, but after that, it's supposed to be almost 70 by Friday. I'm like, ooh, I'm so excited. Shorts and tank tops, please. All year round, please. Happy Monday, Marla. I am in Nebraska. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Jane. So we get all 4 seasons here in the Midwest. So we get the cold, we get the storms, the thunderstorms, we get the hot summer. Yeah, I'm excited for 50s for sure. And we get hot, cold, and everything in between. The fall. You know, when I was younger, I used to love the fall season. And then as I've gotten older, I'm more drawn towards the summer season. Like, I still love the smell of like bonfires and all that fun stuff, and like the pumpkin patch with the kids and hay rack rides and stuff like that. But I like the summer. Hi, Nicola. How are you doing? You doing good? We can get out and be grounded. Yes, exactly. I know I just went and picked up my 2 oldest kids' bikes from my ex-husband's house on Saturday. And then as soon as we got home, it's like the temperature dropped like 20 degrees. And it's like, oh, no, I don't want to go for a bike ride. It's too cold. So they've been on me because we usually bike ride every day. And he got them new bikes. So I went over and picked those up. Nice to see you too. Jen, where are you at? Are you in the Midwest too? Yes, it is fun. I got them dirt bikes 2 years ago. And I'm like, okay, you guys are going to get regular bikes also. Because the 2 older ones had outgrown their bikes. So, because otherwise, the dirt bikes only have like a ride time of like 30 minutes. And when we go out, we usually go for longer than 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay, you guys are going to have to do regular bicycles when we go on like the bike trails. New Hampshire. Oh, okay. It's probably pretty cold up there. Come on in. Hi, Carolyn. How are you from Florida? Yeah, it is good exercise. My thighs are burning when I am going up the hill. It's a good thing. I tell myself it's a love burn. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing? Hi, Cindy. You're my neighbor, Illinois, huh? Was Zero waiting for your daughter at the bus? Oh, no, that's not good. Hi, Keisha. I am having a great day. Thank you for asking. Sharon, it's freezing in Maine. Oh, okay. Cindy, really? As far as what? Really what? I think it's like 42 here today, maybe. I'm not sure. Are you guys noticing the retrograde? I've been having a lot of issues. And we're only a couple days in. I'm like, already? It's too much. Hi, Dolores from Indiana. Hi, Francisca. Ooh, Houston. I like Houston. It's nice and hot there, I bet, huh? Oh, okay. I love Chicago. Chicago is beautiful. Hi, Marjorie from Norway. How are you doing? Yeah, it's funny because when I travel, I kind of get spotted out in the wild, which is, I don't have that big of a following, but I travel quite a bit because we have family in different areas and stuff. And every time we go somewhere, people notice me. So it's kind of exciting. It's like I only get to see people's names. I don't get to actually see their faces. So it's kind of fun to meet people when I'm out and about and stuff like that. You were born in Mercury retrograde, Sharon? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad, Keisha. I'm so glad. That is my job. That is what I'm here for, is I'm here to help. You know, we're all on our own journeys and we all have our own experiences. And sometimes you don't know what to do when you're in like tough experiences. So it definitely helps when you find someone that you can connect with and you relate with that can help you. It's always important. Dolores, I do ask a question and answer at the end. We're going to do all signs if you're in no contact or you're in separation with your person. They are collective. So if you guys want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. But I will do the bonus ask a question and an answer. Hold on, let me grab a Kleenex really quick. Did I do a detox? No. I rearranged my room and I cleaned a lot. That's always a really good detox. I need to do a cleanse as I just ate a piece of candy, which is not good, but yes. Hi, Carolyn. Come on in. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Wait and see if anybody else wants to jump on before we get started. Are you guys noticing a lot of people from the past coming back now? Hi, Tess from the Philippines. Oh, you did? I let him and blocked all connected to him. Okay, yeah. Oh, am I? Yeah. You know, I'm a Leo, so I'm a fixed sign, and I have a really big heart, and I definitely, I think, give people too many chances, like use, abuse, and then I get to the point where it has to be like one solid thing, and then my cutoff game is like really, really fast. And I just don't, for me personally, I think sometimes when people take advantage of you or your kindness, eventually you have to get to a stopping point. So for me, yeah, I have cut off some people out of my life. It's been a good thing, you know? So yes, Stacy. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. They come back, but it's like, for what, huh? I mean, the interesting thing about when people come back, it's like, they always come back when you don't want them to. You know, when you're kind of over them and you've moved along, it's always like you always want what you can't have when they can't have you no more. And you're just in a different mindset or a different place emotionally. They want to return. And it's like, by that point, the ego likes it because it feels good to be wanted. But is it healthy? Is it going to put you back into a lesson to have to master it? And is it something that you've closed the door permanently? Because sometimes I think that's what happens is, like I was talking about last night about karma and destiny, is you can get into relationships and stay with somebody because you think you're supposed to, because you think they're your soulmate or they're your twin flame or they're supposed to be. And then you find that, you know what, sometimes you sell your soul to the devil by staying with somebody and compromising your soul on what would make your soul grow by staying tied to a situation, whether it's a job or a friend or a family member or a partner or husband or a wife. And it can really kill you. What doesn't kill you will tax you 6 months later. Well, that's true. You're not even the same person. Shut those doors and lock them. Yep. I'm pretty good at manifesting, where if I want to manifest somebody, I can usually bring them back. But then when I don't want them, I just ask God and say, take them out, and God will rip them on out. So it works out pretty interesting the way it tends to be sometimes. But it is hard when you love somebody, but then you have to ask yourself, are you loving them for them, or are you loving them for yourself? Because sometimes when we love people because we think they love us, but is it healthy for us? Are you sacrificing how you truly feel? You know, I talk to clients all the time. Happiness is like a bank account. You give it to other people, you lend it to them, dependent on them to make you feel safe, make you feel secure, make you feel good. But what happens when they take from you? They bankrupt you, they deplete you. They're taking from what you truly want and desire to be happy. Then you're kind of robbing yourself by letting them have that ownership of your emotions. So I always try to enforce, and I'm not going to sit here and say I'm like perfect, because I'm not, but I always try to enforce and encourage people that you have to pick yourself back up with your confidence to say, you know what? This isn't working for me. This doesn't make me feel good. And I'm giving more than I'm receiving. And that's where the boundaries come into place. And that's where those lessons have to be mastered. And that's when you have to ask yourself, is this self-respect to hold on to somebody that isn't really pulling their weight, isn't really doing what they need to do? And sometimes it is better to cut your loss and learn the lesson in order to get into alignment with where you should be. And so that's what my job is to help people understand that, to help them along their journey, to be able to master, so that, yes, you have free will. You can repeat a cycle with somebody as much as you want, or a job as much as you want, but you don't have to. That's where free will comes into play. Thank you, LGLP 1212. I don't know what that means. So yeah, so that's something just to kind of consider when you're thinking about who you bring into your energy. And when you get really familiar with how your own energy feels when you're at peace and you are calm and you just are even keel with your emotions, and then you bring somebody in your energy, you notice the shift or the difference. Do they make you feel content? Do they make you feel secure? Do they make you feel anxious? Do they give you anxiety? Do they completely suck the living life out of you? Those are things that you have to think about, how your energy feels when you're around certain people. And then that's when you kind of have to evaluate that. Show empathy. Okay. So anyways, all right, let's get started. We're going to do Aries through Pisces, excuse me, no contact in separation. And then we'll do the bonus. If you want to stick around to the end, we'll do ask a question, get an answer, which is going to be at the end here. All right, I got to track my time. So, all right, let's start with Aries first. Aries, put this up here. And if you guys want to do your own personalized in-depth reading, Check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Quinn. Hi, Miley. All right, Aries. What's going on with your person? No contact in separation. Okay, so your person feels like they really did invest a lot into this connection. And they just think that there's no direction. There's a lack of direction. Aries, they could feel like you're a little bit aggressive, and that's why they've withdrawn from you. Yeah, they feel like you aggressively were not wanting to see that they didn't want to rush it. They were investing, but they didn't want to rush it. It's almost like this person didn't feel like they could love you as fast as you wanted them to love him. So it looks like, yeah, they're recognizing now that they're pulling back. You could be dealing with an air sign or a water sign. This is somebody who's not investing anymore because it's almost like too quick, too soon type energy where they withdrew because they got spooked that you wanted maybe too much too fast. So they could have been an air sign too. So let's get you some advice, Aries. And sometimes that happens, you know, you date a bunch of people and then you kind of get in a routine of dating a bunch of people and then just wanting it, but then you can't rush it just because you found somebody that wants the same thing. You have to go at a good pace. You're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It says, it's time for you to come out of your shadows and let your authentic self soar. So maybe this person you were connecting with, Aries, just really wasn't in the alignment that they said they were or you thought they were. So don't dim your light because of this. Everybody has free will. They've made the choice to distance themselves, but that does not mean that you should distance yourself from other people. All right, let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. All right, Taurus, what's going on with you and your person? Oh, you're a Taurus, Pamela? Okay. Your person broke free from this connection because they wanted to pursue other opportunities. They were looking at life from a different perspective, and they really felt like the only way they could date other people or talk to other people is if they put an end to this. Unfortunately, they didn't tell you honestly that it wasn't working. They just kind of dropped it. So even if you were married to this person, because for some of you, it looks like this person said, hey, I got to travel for work, and then they never came back. They ran away, and then they never came back. So I do see, in all honesty, even though this person dropped you, they're not having very much luck trying to pursue other options. Are they going to try to come back? No, they've kind of lost hope, and they're losing hope that they can actually revive this. So I don't see them returning. But if you are married, I think that you're going to end up having to pull the plug if it's you, because the justice is in reverse. This person's not really wanting to face the reality of the situation. You'll be dealing with a Scorpio, an Aquarius, a Libra, a water sign, or an earth sign, a Cancer or Scorpio. All right, Chi, let's get you some advice, Taurus. What is the advice for Taurus? Hi, Bristy. What's the advice for Taurus placements? Don't be in denial about what this person maybe tried to deceive you. It says there's a situation that you're refusing to see clearly. Living in denial can create a false scenario to see things that are not accurate. Have the courage and discernment to dig deep into the truth of the situation. Okay. All right. Gemini, you just left your husband, Pamela? Oh, okay. All right, Gemini. Quinn, you're Gemini? All right. Gemini, no contact in separation. What's going on with your person, Gemini? If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, sometimes we stay in relationships longer than we should. I mean, sometimes that's what happens. We don't learn certain lessons, and then they run its course. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to tell you, I think you avoided a disaster with this person you're in no contact with. This person is immature. They don't have any sense of direction. They just impulsively make decisions and they lack any type of opportunity for the long term. Yeah. If this is a newer person, I think you avoided a significant disaster. It could even be that the divine says, you know what? Nope, we're going to remove this person because this person is somebody who is going to end up hurting you and you're not meant to experience that through this person. So they could be a air sign or a fire sign. We also have a water sign. Let's get you some advice. What's the advice for Gemini? No longer 12 years. Oh, yeah. Hi, Shen. Are you on your healing journey or do you literally just leave your spouse? Quinn. Gemini, what's your advice? The same advice that Taurus got. Don't be in denial of the situation. Don't deceive yourself. It says, there's a situation that you're refusing to see clearly. Living in denial can create false scenarios to see things that are just not accurate. Have the courage and discernment to dig into the truth of the situation. So don't, sometimes what happens is if you deny seeing what your perception should be of the truth, of the facts, you can live in like this fantasy or an illusion that it's going to be different than what it really is. And by not denying yourself, you can move forward to where you should be versus where you shouldn't be. Okay. All right. Cancer. Let's see, 2310. All right. Cancer placements. All right. Cancer. No contact in separation. What's going on for Cancer placements? If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. You're welcome, Quinn. All right, Cancer placements. Cancer. What's going on with your person? Your person is still trying to make a decision when it comes to you and them. This is somebody who feels like they do have emotions for you. So if you're wondering, did this person love me? Were they in love with me? Do they have feelings in their heart for me? Yes, they do. The problem is this person does not want to be vulnerable. And because of that, they're not really sure if they want to make this situation as a priority. So this person may need to do some recovery, some healing about things in their life. What is this energy for Cancer's person? Why are they not wanting to be emotionally balanced here? So this is somebody who grew up in a very strong family unit. This could be even a family that they were part of a large number of siblings, but the way they think a relationship should work emotionally is different than maybe what you think it should be. It does look like this person is kind of checking out because they don't know strong enough if they can really give you the emotional stability that you want. They do love you. They do have love for you. What is blocking this person? What is blocking them? Okay, so they could be going through a string of really bad luck in their life. Yeah, something is not working financially. Maybe they lost their job. They don't want to be honest with you. They lost their sense of stability or security. It's not that they don't have emotions. They do. The problem is they're dealing with other things and they know stepping back from you or going no contact or in separation with you, there could be consequences that they may lose you, but they really don't want to tell you the true reason as to why they're stepping back. It's almost like, I don't really want to humble myself enough to tell Cancer the truth. I don't want to tell Cancer that I lost my job or that my house is being foreclosed or I don't have any money. There's something that this person is going through that is significant they don't want to share with you. And that's the reason why they've stepped back. Could be a water sign, an Aquarius, an earth sign, a water sign. All right, let's get you some advice. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What's going to be the guidance for Cancer placements? What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance? I'm sorry, Dolores, your mom passed away. You felt like that for a long time, Keisha? Oh. Cancer. You're going to have a new beginning. May not be what you want, but it says new doors are opening and new opportunities are going to be here. You're shifting into a higher frequency, and by honoring yourself and what you want to accomplish, it's time for you to wipe the slate clean and have a fresh start. You're being asked to only bring your new self into this chapter. Okay. Leo, 27. All right, Leo. No contact in separation. What's going on for Leo? You want your own personalized in-depth reading? Check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. 2 more. Leo. I'm hearing all cried out over you. Leo placements. No contact in separation. Your person feels that you're manipulative and that they don't see things progressing and growing. And they want success. They want positivity, but they fear some type of change. What is this? Maybe you told this person they need to change. What is this? Yeah, this person doesn't have any inspiration in their life at all. They're very caught up in their head. They have a negative mental outlook. Maybe they only think of what they can't do versus what they can do. And so why do they feel like you're being manipulative? They feel like you're lacking empathy for them because they're missing opportunities that they could be doing. Yeah, maybe you've had a lot of fights, a lot of conflict with this person. This person doesn't have any confidence. And maybe you've told this person they need to do things, they need to move forward, but this person fears any type of change. Could be dealing with a Aries, a fire sign, or an air sign. So I think things are stuck here. Could be another Leo, could be an air sign, a water sign, or Aries. Okay, let's get you some advice. What is the advice for Leo that's in no contact and separation? Hi, Bristy. Dolores, will you ask a question and an answer at the end? All right, Leo, what's your advice? What's the best piece of advice? What's the guidance for Leo placements? They need to know, they need to hear. Lighten up. You're being asked to remember that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Yes, there's hard times happening, but it's not always easy to be here on earth. You can always find time to laugh, be silly, and have fun. It's so important to do so. So you're being asked to lighten up. All right, let's move to Virgo. All right, Virgo. No contact in separation. If you want to do your own in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. All right, Virgo placements. No contact in separation. What is your person's feelings, intentions, action? Virgo. One more. Virgo placements. That's okay, Dolores. All right. He's a Leo, no warning. He ghosted you for 6 months ago. All right, Virgo. What's going on with your person? Your person feels like that, in all fairness, that they recognize that they are wanting victory and success, and they're at a calm, mature energy of doing that. That's why they've withdrawn from you, Virgo. They've decided that, in all fairness, that they want more. They recognize they want more. They're taking the lead. We got the 6 of Wands here. So they want victory and success, but their intentions with you is to be withdrawn. Look at that. The Moon. So their intuition maybe told them to pull back. There's something they're secretly keeping. Okay, they could be focused on their money, their career, their finances, their own stability. Why did they withdraw? What is this isolation? They felt things were stuck between the two of you. Things were not progressing. Things were not moving. And they want to move forward in their life. So if you were, oh, I do see what's being hidden is they're going to attempt to return at some point. Could be a water sign. Could be a Libra, a water, another Virgo, a Cancer sign, an Earth sign, Cancer, or an Aquarius. So this person left because they wanted victory and success. They wanted star power. Maybe they wanted to be like a movie star, or they wanted to elevate higher in their career. So this is somebody who knows they wanted more, and they felt like the connection between the two of you was holding them back from having more. All right, well, let's get you some advice. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance when it comes to Virgo placement? All right, Virgo. What is the advice for Virgo? Don't be in denial or deceive yourself. It says, there's a situation that you're refusing to see clearly. Living in denial can create false scenarios to see things that are not accurate. Have the courage and discernment to dig deep into the truth of your situation. All right, Libra. 32, 37. Libra. There we go. I was wondering why that wasn't up. Okay. Libra. No contact in separation with you and your person. What is your person's feelings, intentions, and next actions, Libra? Libra. Your person's holding back from you. They're trying to control the situation. This person feels like insecure when it comes to you and them. There's a sense of coldness that they felt from you, and that's why they're holding back from you. Yeah. They have a lot of stress and anxiety. Why did they feel like you were being cold? You weren't committing to something. They wanted you to give something. They wanted you to give up something or give them something. You weren't giving. They felt like you were being cold for that. They are going to try one more time. I hear one more time. So they're definitely going to try one more time before they close the chapter out. So I don't know. Okay. I said, what did they want you to give up? Maybe they wanted to have intimacy and you said no. And they're going to try one more time. Could be an Aquarius, a fire, an earth, a Taurus, or an air sign. All right, let's get you some advice. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Libra? God bless you, Lucy. March 8th, fish baby. What? Oh, okay. Pisces, Libra. What's your advice? This is your new beginning. It says new doors are opening. New opportunities are here. You're shifting into a higher frequency by honoring yourself and your accomplishments. It's time for a fresh start and a clean slate. You're being asked to only bring your new self into the next chapter. All right, Scorpio. 3457. All right, Scorpio. No contact in separation. What is your person's feelings, intentions, next actions? Scorpio. One more. All right, Scorpio. Your person was a little bit confused with whether or not they wanted commitment or not. They pulled back because they felt like the only way they could look at things from their own perspective is if they were not engaged with you. So this is somebody who was a little bit indecisive about higher level of commitment, and they felt defeated. So they're surrendering to just pulling back, spending time by themselves. This is somebody who knows that the only way they get answers within themselves is if they spend time by themselves. So they are not investing right now. I do see they are going to return, but it may not be for a while here. We've got the devil in reverse. We've got that wheel of fortune in reverse. When is this going to be? Could be the next 6 weeks. Yeah, 5 to 6 weeks. It looks like this person's going to make an attempt to return. They weren't sure if they wanted commitment is why. Could be a water sign, could be a Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus, air sign, or water placement, or even a fire sign too. All right, let's get advice for Scorpio. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance that you need to know, Scorpio? Let's see here. I'm doing good, Patty. Are you doing good? All right, you need to spend some time in nature, grounding your energy and reclaim your power. Don't sacrifice your time and your efforts waiting for this person. You need to focus on loving yourself right now. Focus on self-care. It's going to be really good. It's going to restore your balance right now. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. 3722. Hi, Tina. All right, Sagittarius. No contact in separation. What is your person's feelings, intentions, or next actions? Okay. So I was going to say, I wanted to see if it's going to come out. I was going to say, I heard a tower is imploding, and there's the tower at the bottom of the deck. So what you don't see is, yes, this person pulled back. Yes, in all practicality, this person decided to pull back because they're focusing on their money. They're focusing on their career. They're focusing on their business. They're focused on something monetary is why they pull back, okay? But here's the thing is, they're reaching to a place of relief when it comes to maybe their work is slowing down. Maybe it's not as busy as it once was. And when that happens, they're coming in, yeah. They could be a boss or a manager. Maybe they're working on like year-end inventory. Maybe they're working on getting the books finalized for last year. Maybe they do taxes and it's tax season. Either way, I do see that what you feel this person has pulled back and is not as invested, they see as, I am just surrendering this for the moment, just like a pause break, but then I'm coming back in. Here's that King of Pentacles. They're going to come back in and you don't even see it. There's like this sudden upheaval. Could be around the 16th of this month or the 12th of next month. Yeah, they're going to recover whatever this was as to why they had to pull back. It feels like they had to do something with their work. They should have. Why didn't they just tell you that? This could be a family business. You might have said, well, why can't your family do that? Okay, it could be a Pisces and Earth sign. Some people need to destroy something in order to see the bigger picture, meaning maybe they had to lose you to realize what they need from you. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. 3938. All right, Capricorn. Yeah, Scorpio was timestamped 3457. Patty, afraid to leave something might happen. Okay. All right, Capricorn, no contact and separation. What's going on with you and your person? I just heard rest and recovery. So your person maybe pull back for another situation, but they're going to hold on. Seven of Swords hidden at the bottom of the deck. You maybe suspected or had an inkling that maybe this person was trying to go towards someone else or they were talking to somewhere else. You had the warning signs from your intuition. This person did leave for someone else, okay? They did withdraw for someone else, but that was their agenda all along. But they're going to come back, okay? Now, the reason why they're going to come back is they're going to want to come clean. There's guilt that's going to eat them up. Like this is somebody who may have physical ailments because they didn't give you what you needed to, which was the truth before they went this way. 2222. Yeah, the guilt is going to get them so, it's going to be such a thing where maybe they have a headache or they have a stomach ache. There's some type of physical ailment that's going to happen from the guilt they did to you that they're going to feel trapped in it, that the only way they can relieve it is if they come clean to you. And it could be that the universe is throwing in their face signs and synchronicities saying like, hey, you better come clean and play fair or we're going to do something else to you. So I do see them coming towards you. Yep. They're going to come in. They may even bring you something. They may bring you like a gift or try to make it up to you in some form or fashion. Could be an Aries, an earth sign, or a fire sign, or a Taurus, a Virgo, an air sign. All right, well, let's get you some advice, Capricorn. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance? For some of you, it feels like you're married to that person. You pull back to go towards someone else and then course correct. What's the advice? Slow down. Life is not a race. It's not a competition. If you slow down, you might be able to see clearly. You know, sometimes this is what happens when you go too fast, your intuition gets clouded. You know, I always talk about your intuition, your soul's in like a vehicle. Well, if you go too fast, you're clouding your vision from seeing clearly in front of you. And you have to slow down because you were warned that something was off with this person. You maybe felt it, but you maybe just dismissed it. You know, like the wiper, you just try to wipe it away. That leads into denial. All right. Aquarius. 42, 44. All right, Aquarius. You're welcome, Stacy. You're welcome, Bobby. Thank you for liking the live, sharing the live, and commenting on the live. Aquarius. No contact in separation with you and your person. What are their feelings? What are their intentions? What are their next actions, Aquarius? All right. Well, it looks like your person's a little bit moody and they're a little bit unstable. They detached because they were in a mood. But here's the thing is, this is somebody who kind of uses this to their advantage. So they could be somebody who really does manipulate based on their mood. So are they going to come back? Yes, I do see they are definitely going to try to recover this. But here's the thing is, they're going to try to play an enactment with you of, hey, you just misunderstand. I just need to take a break for a little bit. Well, in the long term, if you invest in this person repeatedly, you're going to keep repeating it because this person doesn't see anything wrong with doing what they do with pulling back. So they are going to reach out, but you're going to continue to have the same issue until this person learns that they can't do this, unfortunately. A lot of earth energy and air energy. Could be a Cancer or a Aries. All right, let's get some advice for Aquarius. Yes, Sagittarius was 3722. Okay, so your advice, Aquarius, is listen. It says you're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something. It's time for you to act upon that wisdom. All right, let's do Pisces, 26, 26, 44, 46. All right, Pisces. All right, Pisces. You're welcome, Heidi. No contact in separation. Pisces placement. Pisces. Pisces. Okay, so your person does see you as somebody as a long-term investment. They got spooked by that. They got a little freaked out. This is somebody who's never been married. They don't have any kids. They are wanting a traditional relationship. They feared that you didn't want an opportunity long-term with them. Now, I do see that this person is going to come back. They're going to say, you know what? I was a little naive. I was a little foolish. I was a little reckless thinking you didn't want the same thing. And they're going to come out of hiding. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, an air sign, an earth sign, a Cancer sign, what is this? Aquarius, then this is your person. This is where they're at right now. They're in their head, and that's why they've pulled back, but they're going to get out of their head and they're going to come toward you. They're going to ask you, do you see that your heart is with them for the long term? Yeah, it's going to surprise you. You're not even seeing it because you're like, I'm just going to move on. Forget it. I accept that they went no contact. They pulled back. It is what it is. Well, they're going to circle back around because they got spooked thinking that you didn't want the same thing they did. All right. Well, let's get you some advice, Pisces. What time is it? Okay. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance? Yep, Virgo, Lauren, is time stamped 2934. 2934 for Virgo. All right, Pisces, what's your advice? Take a pause. You're being asked to pause before you make a quick decision and move forward. Allow yourself to step back and look at all the possibilities before you move forward. I think it's because this person is somebody you could have something long-term because look, you have awakening. So before you rush off and go try to find someone else, you may want to just move on because of what they did. You may want to pause and just take a deep breath and wait a minute because something is being awoken where there's opportunity for expansion with you and this person. All righty, let's do ask a question, get an answer. I got a couple of minutes here before I got to get off here. Let me take Pisces off here. All right, Debbie, I'm gonna start with you. What is it? What does my husband feel when it comes to the relationship? Debbie's husband. He feels like maybe that you guys should drop this and just move forward. There's something about a complete unhappiness or unfulfillment with the two of you that he wants to talk to you about it, but he's feeling a sense of intimidation. Why? It could be about something about traditional values or beliefs. Maybe one of you or both of you don't really believe in separation or divorce or something. There's something about the belief that his beliefs maybe have changed also. All right. Let's see. Carolyn, should you unblock him or keep him blocked? I don't see a future with him. I think you need to hold back with that Emperor energy. Kimberly, how does my husband feel about us? Kimberly. Husband. Just seeing 48, 48. You might want to look that up. He feels like there's manipulation when it comes to the stability or security with the relationship, that there's some toxicity with it, with the devil coming out. He wants you to drop something that you keep bringing up. It could be like, maybe he spent too much money, you keep throwing it in his face, or he does things that you don't like. There's something that he just wants you to drop it, whatever that it is. He feels like you use it to manipulate him. Lisa, will your avoidant come back? Will Lisa's avoidant come back? No. Okay, go ahead and put your questions in the comments. I have a couple more minutes. I can stay on here, and then I have to go. One question per comment. Will you meet your person, Pam? When you decide that you're ready to put an end to something in your past and you get to a place of peace and acceptance that it is finally over, it could be a belief system, it could be a pattern, it could even be a person, it could be somebody that you're still thinking about. When you release that and let it go and move forward, you're going to find your person. Martine, is there money coming your way? Oh yeah, King of Pentacles and the Magician. Are you manifesting? Oh yes, for sure. Dolores, is he coming back for good? Dolores, is he coming back for good? Dolores. Yes, he's coming back to give. Patty, will everything be okay on vacation? Patty's vacation. You need to have very clear boundaries in place in regards to what? If there's like a division of who's supposed to pay for what or who's sleeping where, you need to get that all cleared out before you go. If you do, I think it'll work. If you don't, I think there's going to be an argument or a disagreement. Miley, are you making the right decision staying quiet? I'm hearing that song. Don't close your eyes. Let it be. Let it be him instead of me, or something like that. You are right to stay quiet because things are stuck right now because of the breakdown in communication. It could be other people are interfering, but you are right to stay in silence right now. Paulette, is this new connection your Mr. Right? Paulette. Ooh, you know, this new connection is very patient, very healing, very spiritually guided. It's to help you overcome some type of fear or insecurity that you've had. This is a good connection. Pam, is your person coming back? Pam, is your person coming back? I got one more minute, then I got to go. Your person's thinking about it. The problem is they're not certain. They have not made a decision if they want to recover this or abandon it permanently. They haven't made a decision yet. Marta, does your person have pure intentions with you? Marta. Did you meet this person at work? If you guys work together, Marta, this person feels like it feels like a leeching energy. Like they like your light, they like your energy, they like who you are, maybe your status. But I don't think this person is long-term material. Yeah, I think that there's an imbalance here, Marta. I think you feel there's an imbalance. One more. Shelly, will Rich and you reconcile? Shelly. One more, then I gotta go. Rich is not being practical. He makes a lot of promises, but he does not fulfill anything. And he's not listening to his intuition. So I think right now it's a no-go. Okay, I must leave. I have to go, but I do appreciate everybody joining the live. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting. And if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. And I will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.